Good morning, students. It's our next topic of the chapter number 6, development. In our previous class, we were already read about the meaning of development, that development conveys the idea of improvement, progress, well-being, and an aspiration for a better life. So, or that the various challenges of development and the criticism, the model of criticism model of development. In this model, that the social cost of development, the environmental cost of development, means the negative impact of development and the positive side of development. And today we will discuss about the alternative concepts of development, that right, claims, or democratic participation, or the development and its impact on our lifestyle. So, the alternative concept of development. In this, the development became a process designed and implemented by the ruling section in the country, means by the government of that country, who have also often been the major beneficiaries of developmental projects. Means our government frame the programs and policies according to the demand of the majority of the population of that particular country. This has underscored the need of think of alternative ways of developing and pursuing development, which are unaccountable or sustainable, means according to the demand and need and requirement of that particular area, means the best use of the local or the alternative resources. Issues of rights, equality, freedom, justice, and democracy have all been raised in the process of development. Means it's the prime responsibility of our government to satisfy the demand of the citizen, to provide the basic rights, to maintain the equality and freedom in the society, and focus on the justice, means the distribution of just society, and to maintain the decorum of democratic values. Now the rights, the claim, the benefit of development have been largely concerned by the powerful, and the cost of the development model have been borne by the poorest and the most means neglected section of the population, whether due to the ecological degradation, or the displacement, the issue of loss of livelihood due to the displacement, etc. One of these issues which have been raised is regarding the protections that affected people can claim from the state and the society as a whole, like the Narmada Bachao Andolan, or the Sardar Sarovar, the construction of Sardar Sarovar Dam on Narmada River, the movement led by Medha Patkar. Another issue is regarding rights to natural resources. This particularly applies to natural resources and affect the life of the tribal community, which is mostly depend on the life of forest for the day to day requirement. This particularly applies to the tribal and the means the scheduled communities, who have a specific way of community life and relationship to the environment, means they mostly depend on the environment resources. Negotiating the competing demands of the different sections of a population, as well as achieving a balance between the claims of the present and the future, is the task of major task of democracies, means to maintain balance in between the ecological conditions and the demand of the citizens is the main challenge. Now the democratic participation, the major difference between the democracy and the dictatorship is that in democracy, conflict over resources, or a different vision of the good life, or resolved through the debates, and a respect for the rights of all, and these cannot be imposed from above. Means that a democratic form of government always provide various platforms in front of its population for the welfare, for the growth, to maintain peace, to provide security, etc. But in a dictatorship form, a ruler or a dictator always think about his own pocket. He is a self centralized person, not focus on the day to day problems of its population. But democracy always focus to reduce the conflict in between the society and maintain peace. Thus, if everyone in a society has a common stack in achieving a better life, then everyone's needs to be involved in formulating the plans of development and in devising ways of implementing them. Means our government frame various plans of development according to the need of the specific area, according to the demand of the specific area or the community, and frame plans, programs, policies for the majority welfare, not for the single community but for the majority welfare, and apply various forms, various ways to implement, to actual implementation of that program and policy. In democratic countries, the right of people to participate in the decision making is emphasized. Means indirectly we the people always take part in our decision making process, because our government take all the decisions on the behalf of us, or in the welfare of the community. On the ways which has been suggested to ensure the participation is to allow local decision making bodies to take decisions about the development projects in the local areas, and the panchayati raj system is the best example of it. On the one hand, it is argued that people have to be consulted on issues which most affect them, and it should be possible to reject projects which can adversely affect the community. A decentralized approach to development makes it possible to use the various kinds of technologies, traditionals and modern in a creative manner. Means the local people, they know very well that how to best to use the alternative resources. Now next is the development and its impact on our lifestyle. An alternative model of development would also try to move away from the high cost system, the ecological wasteful things, the growth of technology on the various ways, or we can say the notion of development. At one level, at its one level, efforts should be made to conserve the natural resources and use the renewable resources of energy as far as it possible, so we can also save our natural resources for our future generations. At another level, there is also a need to scale down our needs for non renewable resources by changing lifestyles. Now, overall, we can say that in the concluding lines, that the idea of development refers to the desire for a better life, and this is a very powerful desire, and the hope of improvement is a dividing force of human action. The issue that have arisen while pursuing the goals of development reveal that the choice we make have an impact upon others, or other human beings, or other species in the world. Means the forest life, the ecological things, and it is the prime responsibility of our government to provide the various platforms in front of us for the growth and development. And it is also our responsibility to focus on the to maintain the ecological balance in our environment.